Bengals fans, we are back with our third video of the day here at Bengals Breakdown. I am your host, Stone Shields. Got my guy Chris Daughtry helping me out producing this video. Not solo produced like the first two earlier today, so certainly appreciate him for that. Some more breaking news coming your guys' way. Orin Burks, Cincinnati going to sign him. Linebacker, most recently played with the Philadelphia Eagles and, of course, is a world champion. 2 years, $5 million deal. The Bengals have been busy all day long here. Day one of NFL free agency, and they're following it up here in the evening around 7 o'clock as we're filming this with another move, adding Orin Burks to their linebacker room. Going to be spending some time on today's show talking about that, but first, make sure you guys hit that sub button if you have not done so already. That's youtube.com/BengalsTV. When Cincinnati Bengals news, breaking news hits, we've got you covered here at the channel with a video, so don't miss out on any of our coverage. We'll be here all week long. Hopefully Cincinnati continues to try to make moves to improve their ball club. Hit that sub button. Help me out. Help yourself out. youtube.com/BengalsTV. All right, so Orin Burks, let's talk about him a little bit. As I mentioned, played most recently for the Philadelphia Eagles and is a Super Bowl champion. What happens when you get hot in the playoffs? You get attention from teams around the league, and that's kind of what you're talking about when you're talking about a guy like Orin Burks. Now, he's a guy that really hasn't started a ton in this league. I believe he only has 17 starts under his belt as a professional, and he's bounced around the league from a little bit, as you can see here, with the 49ers, with the Philadelphia Eagles, with the Green Bay Packers as well, where he spent the first couple of years of his career. Again, he's been in the league for a little bit. Was drafted in 2018 by the Packers, third-round pick out of Vandy. Now, when we're talking about Orin Burks, I don't think necessarily Bengals fans should think that he's going to be, the fill-in for Jermaine Pratt, that he's going to be Logan Wilson's running mate. That's not really what I'm considering. I look at him as another piece to that linebacker room and probably more of an LB3 for Cincinnati as they still try to fill in that LB2 void, assuming Jermaine Pratt is no longer going to be with the Cincinnati Bengals. Leads to the pinned comment of today's video. Grade the signing of Orin Burks. Let me know in the comments section, A, B, C, D, or F. If you were watching the Philadelphia Eagles at all in the postseason, you saw him flying around making some plays. Let me know if that ad comes here on YouTube. Totally fine. Take advantage of it. Get down in the comments. Let us know what you think. All right, so this is what the Bengals depth chart looks like right now. And I did make some minor adjustments. Was thinking about already taking Pratt out, but I haven't done that yet. Also took Akeem Davis-Gaither out in place for Orin Burks. Davis-Gaither hasn't officially been let go by the Cincinnati Bengals, but I would assume that he will not be back in free agency, especially after this signing of Orin Burks. And then obviously you got Logan Wilson kind of captaining that room. We've talked at length about how Al Golden is so fired up to have Logan Wilson back on his football team and be able to coach him. But Orin Burks is a guy that has played in big games. Played in the Super Bowl last year with the San Francisco 49ers before playing this most recent year with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's a guy that is a sure tackler. That's one thing about Orin Burks, which Cincinnati certainly needs, right? Jermaine Pratt has had a great career here in Cincinnati, but the tackle numbers the past couple of seasons were not up to snuff for Jermaine Pratt. So Orin Burks is a guy that can provide some stability, provide that veteran presence. That's kind of been a common theme for Cincinnati throughout the course of this day. Adding guys that have been around in the league with experience. I think a lot of times Cincinnati found themselves in a position where they weren't having a ton of success because they had so much youth on the football team and just were a lot of inexperienced kind of rookie-like plays. Hopefully that gets cleaned up in 2025. We'll continue with our show here in a moment, but first, a quick shout-out to our friends over at Fanatics. I want to let you guys know that Bengals sideline hats are out now. They are available right now. That's chatsports.com/Bengals sideline. That link will be in the comments section and the description of today's video. Obviously, it is the off-season. Doesn't mean you can't get some Cincinnati Bengals swag, courtesy of our friends over at Fanatics. One more time for you guys, chatsports.com/Bengals sideline. Let's kind of take a look at how we have gotten to this point. When you're talking about the Cincinnati Bengals, their free agency cycle here in 2025. T. Higgins was kind of the first domino to fall as far as his franchise tag goes. And I've kind of alluded to this in a previous video that we put out earlier today on Samaje Perine. Kind of, Cincinnati Bengals fans right now, yeah, we're excited they're making moves, But we're in a spot where it's like, okay, let's take care of T, let's take care of Jamar, and kind of go from there. Whereas in years past, we would be absolutely thrilled that they have been doing the things that they have over the past couple of days. Tanner Hudson also coming back on a 1-year deal. Mike Gesicki, how about that? Taking care of that pretty quickly. 3 years, $25.5 million. I know I'm fired up about that. Most fans are as well. Cody Ford, bit of a head scratcher. 2 years, $6 million. People within the building love him. Us fans have our doubts, I guess, about Cody Ford. But he's going to be back, hopefully not in a starter role, but kind of that swing tackle role that he has filled relatively admirably the past few years. Moving on to today, here are the 4 moves that Cincinnati has made. B.J. Hill, what I would consider a surprise. I think a lot of us have a lot of love and respect for B.J. Hill, but we kind of were expecting it to come to an end. Cincinnati says not so fast. We're going to extend our older interior defensive lineman in B.J. Hill, 3 years, $33 million. Samaje Perine, a lot of people fired up about that. Cincinnati has been trying to get Perine back really ever since he left for Denver a couple of years ago. They finally are able to do it this offseason. TJ Slaton, who I'm really excited about, out of Green Bay, 2 years, $15 million deal. Certainly a great price. That is a massive human being. Hopefully he can cause some havoc. And now most recently, Orin Burks of the Philadelphia Eagles helping out at that linebacker spot. What is your one-word reaction to this signing of Orin Burks? Let me know in the comments of today's video. One word for me in the comments section right now. Again, when you take a look at this contract here, 2 years, $5 million, this isn't a guy that they're going to come in and expect to be out there on most downs. Again, this is a guy that's really brought in for a stability for this Bengals linebacker group, which, by the way, when they went to the Super Bowl in 2021, was one of the strengths of their football team and certainly has been one of their weaknesses here past couple of years, looking to build around Logan Wilson at that room, right? How are you going to fit in other bodies in there? And they think Orin Burks is a guy that's going to be really mature, understand his assignment, be a sure tackler, as I alluded to, and also be good in coverage. And if you take a look at him out there, and I understand most linebackers look like that, but the guy is absolutely in unbelievable shape. He can run sideline to sideline and certainly can present a lot of challenges for the offensive side of the football that he is going up against. And I don't think Bengals fans should be over the moon necessarily about this signing, but the linebacker room needed to get addressed in some capacity, and the Bengals opt to do that here with Orin Burks at the end of day 1 of NFL free agency. Make sure you guys turn on your notifications if you have not done so already. You want to know when we have a video coming out for you guys. In order for you to get that notification, you got to turn them on. So turn on that bell icon for me right now.